dude, last year was like the first time that I ever committed to going, fishing, weekly, bi-weekly with my buddy John. And it's like, I could just sit there and take pictures, and I'm a nasty. Whoever saw my Instagram over the weekend, my nature photography skills, I'm probably the best to ever do it.
Wow.
Yeah. Wake it up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Marckie P show. I have an interesting show today. It's just me and Hurley. That's it. No guests today.
Let's go.
Just us.
It might be the best episode yet.
It could be. It very well might be. And you're going to go into the top 25. You're getting a spot in the 25. Whoever wins,
I can get the belt.
Yeah, whoever wins the poll gets the belt.
Okay.
You have to sign it. You have to send it back. You can keep it for a little bit. You can't keep it forever. But you're in the 25 to win the belt.
Okay.
So that's coming this week. Big poll this week. Who's your favorite guest of the first 25 episodes? We're going to actually, so there's going to be 26 because I'm going to add Sam, the old producer, in as well.
Okay.
He deserves it. So 26 guests, 25 episodes. Yeah, let's give this belt away.
All right.
It says bad motherfucker on it. So, like, only the baddest people can win this.
Yeah. And based off my appearance, I definitely can qualify for that, right? Yeah.
You look like you just got finished surfing. Like,
I wish.
That's like every day for you anyways. How was your weekend?
It was great. A little toasty.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was fun.
Same here, dude.
I was at Mystique on Friday and Empire on Saturday, and both nights were pretty fun.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
What about you? What were you up to?
Dude, I went fishing with my buddy Chris and my boy John, and I put up an Instagram story that said it was like 3:30 in the morning when we go out super early. I said, I'm gonna go catch all of the fish in the ocean.
I saw that. Yeah.
That's what I said. That was a very, very aggressive statement to make, seeing as how we did not catch a single fish.
Oh, I know you just told me you didn't catch any, but between all three of you, you didn't catch a single
Not
one.
a single fish. Not one. So my theory is that somebody went to the ocean before us, fished out all of the fish, and then we were left for dead. Because there was nothing. Not even like, you know how fish, they flip the top of the water? Mm-hmm. Like they like make a little splash to try to get food or whatever. Like,
okay.
There was none of that. The ocean was like just completely like still. So I burnt to a absolute crisp. Like,
oh man,
bad. Like bad. My skin right now feels like Tan Mom. Like I am the leatherest. I think I might have just made that word up. I literally feel like leather. Underneath this shirt, I am like tan. I am Tan Mom.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gross. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, well, you live and you learn.
Yeah. I was applying like SPF 50, SPF 33.
I heard it's like no different after 30.
Yeah, I don't know what I tried to apply all of it, like just to stop. At one point, the sun was literally so hot that I put my shirt on, and then I had two other shirts just in case I sweat through while we were fishing. Okay. And I wrapped them around my arms because I didn't want them to get any more sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was my buddy John just like, you look like you a weirdo. I'm like, dude, I am literally 3rd degree burning right now.
Yeah.
It was wild. But we had fun. We, went out. We go out super early. We went out. We had a good time, and being on the ocean is just a whole different beast. Oh yeah. I'm not really an outdoorsman, even though I look like a lumberjack of some sort. I'm a fisherman, but don't catch me. You will not catch me in the woods. Okay. Yeah. Are you a guy that goes camping?
I actually haven't gone camping in a while. But I do like hiking every once in a while.
Yeah,
I'm not like, I'm probably not going to go like every weekend, but I do enjoy a nice hike every once in a while. Okay. Yeah, not me. not me. Yeah. There was a meme the other day. It was just like, so it was a dude talking about his like, hey, look at you with your brand new hiking boots and your camel backpack. My little daughter did this in a pair of Crocs and a broken Barbie. It's like, that's like, I'm either going all in or I'm not going at all. I'm also not going at all. Like, you're probably better than some people though. Like, there was actually one recent time I was just kind of like, it wasn't even like a hike, I wouldn't consider it, but it was just like the what is it, the Fells reservation area up in like Somerville, or no, Melrose, somewhere. Okay. But me and a friend of mine were just kind of walking around there, and we were on our way back, and there's two people coming from the parking lot that have like brand new sneakers on. They have like selfie sticks, like vlogging the entire experience and like whatever.
Influencers in the wild.
It's like, oh yeah, that's your person right there.
Yeah.
So I think I would say you would probably be better than them.
Yeah, definitely better than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably all aspects of life anyway. Don't want to judge them, but probably better than them and everything. Yeah, so fishing was fun. We had a good time, even though there was no fish. Had a couple drinks, got absolutely sunburnt to a crisp. It's fun. Being out in the ocean just in general. That's like my happy place. Mm-hmm. Like going to a club used to be like my happy place because live music and, was fun. But now, dude, last year was like the first time that I ever committed to going, fishing, weekly, bi-weekly with my buddy John. And it's like, I could just sit there and take pictures, and I'm a nasty. Whoever saw my Instagram over the weekend, my nature photography skills, I'm probably the best to ever do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right here first.
Probably doesn't get better. With an iPhone. I'm sure somebody with like an actual camera would be better than me. But
with an iPhone.
Yeah, you catch me with an iPhone, dude, I'm foliage, bro. Water, trees, sunrise. Yep. I just lock in.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even need to fish. I could just be there just chilling on the water.
You found your calling.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So if podcasting and doing artist relations don't work out, I will be fishing for the remainder of my days. It is what it is.
Yeah.
What else did you do this weekend?
Well, I went to the beach on Saturday.
I can tell. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't get as sunburned as you, it sounds like, but I did get some on my feet, like where right where the strap where my sandals go.
That sucks.
Because I stupidly put my sunscreen on while my sandals were on, so obviously it didn't hit that area.
Rookie move.
But I was much better planned than my sunburn experience I had when I was over in Bali a couple of years ago, where for some reason I thought to myself, as long as the rest of my body stays underwater, then I'm fine. All I got to do is just sunscreen my head, because if I put sunscreen on right now and go in the water, it's just going to wash off.
Right.
So yeah, I got like major sun poisoning.
That's good. You just went from full sun poisoning. You just locked in a full sun poisoning.
Yeah, I was just like, give it to me.
Good.
Nice, nauseous the rest of the night. Burned to a crisp.
You know what's the worst about having a sunburn? Mm-hmm. It's trying to take a shower afterwards.
Oh yeah.
That is the most irritable feeling ever.
Oh yeah.
And you never realize that until you have the water a little too hot. And then you get in and you feel like the first layer of skin is about to fall off.
Yep.
Like I was in Mexico a while back, and once I got to the hotel, right off the plane, go to the hotel, throw the bags in the room. Like I had already changed into my bathing suit at in the Fort Lauderdale airport. That's twice in a row that I nailed that word. And then I was just throwing my bags in the room, and I would just go and drink and just be by the pool and just be a madman.
Yeah.
And one of the first and worst sunburns I ever had was just me just being reckless in a Cancun pool. Yeah. And I was red, like a Corvette midlife crisis dad red. And then I jumped in the shower.
Yeah.
Like, especially, hotel showers are great. Some of them have amazing water pressure. Some of them you just look at and you're just like, I need to make love in this room. Like, this is all I'm doing for the rest of vacation. It's just making love. Mm-hmm. And people are going to hate that I called it making love. So it's even better. But like hotel rooms, showers matter. That matters. Water pressure matters. How big the shower is matters. Where the head is. I'm 6'1", right?
Yeah.
I've gotten into showers where like the head of the shower is like at my neck. You're like, oh, okay, so I'm only supposed to wash from my neck down. Like, is that the vibe?
Yeah, it's like, what is it, Buddy the Elf?
Yeah, he's, literally Buddy the Elf.
Yeah,
it's literally that. But yeah, hot water on your on your sunburn rather is no fun.
Yeah. So
I took a lukewarm shower and I seemed to be okay.
Okay.
I thought.
You survived?
I said, yeah, barely. The Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight was last night.
It was, yeah.
That was a spectacle. Mm-hmm. It rained, and it rained until the fight. Until like one of the boxers in the earlier card was like fighting and slipped, Like, it was just a disaster.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was outside.
Yeah,
They usually do boxing events outside?
I mean, I don't think, not usually, but I guess what I was reading was Floyd and Logan tried to do it in Vegas, and Vegas didn't give them a fighting license to, like, the commission didn't approve it. So they had to find a new place to go.
Okay.
And since Florida is literally the Wild West, like anything can happen there, they're like, yeah, just do it here.
Yeah.
So they did it at Hard Rock Stadium, which is the open Miami Dolphins stadium, brand new one. And yeah, I watched it. I watched all the fights. Chad Johnson, former NFL football player, opened the fight card.
Yeah.
And he fought a guy from bare knuckle, like kickboxing or something like that. And he held his own for being an NFL player.
Okay.
Got a couple licks in. He did get dropped, but you know, he said that boxing was on his bucket list. And it's like, if you're starting to achieve your bucket list stuff like that, like box on a pay-per-view, that's sick. Like, my bucket list is to like make it to 50. like he was doing some fun stuff. He was like doing like the Muhammad Ali stuff throughout the course of the match, and then like he did get caught and got almost knocked out clean.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to a level of, I feel like, experience. I mean, even with the Logan Paul Mayweather fight, I mean, I know they both kind of like tied, but I think you could tell from just watching it that Logan Paul was pretty much just like throwing haymakers and just had the grit to just withstand just like getting hit, and then also just like not even getting tired throughout the entire 8 rounds.
Yeah. But
then Mayweather had more of like the smarts behind it, and was actually able to like tactically.
He's a tactician. Floyd Mayweather is a guy that I've been watching for years. I'm a big boxing and UFC fan. He's one of those guys that he just can't get hit, right? He just can't get hit ever. Like, people just don't touch him. When I'm not saying doesn't get hit like at all, but people don't hit him with a quality shot. And last night, Logan Paul hit him with a left and then a right hook, and it caught Floyd. And I was just like, holy shit, Logan Paul can fight. Logan Paul can fight.
Yeah.
And I am a big Logan Paul fan in a sense of like, sure, he's done some not so tasteful things in his past. One of those things like almost got him canceled. Basically did. But like, do you remember what that was? It was like he like filmed the Suicide Forest in Japan.
Yeah, I did see something like that.
And it just came out, it was bad.
Yeah.
And people were just like, he's done.
And then like, I think on top of that too, his apology video about it was just kind of like,
blah.
Like, I'm only upset because I got caught, something like that.
Right. So people like Logan Paul still. They follow him. They, listen to his podcast. They buy his athletic wear, Maverick Athletics. I mean, the kid he's 26 years old, seems to be doing amazing for himself, right?
Yeah.
Like, turned his life around. Then he fights the biggest fighter, greatest fighter in the history of the world. And I'm going on record right now. Logan Paul won that fight.
Really?
Logan Paul won that fight.
Just because he didn't get knocked out?
He goes 8 rounds. Floyd tried to knock him out in 4, 5, and 6. Logan Paul beat him the first 3. And then Logan Paul weathered the storm in the last 2. Probably won 1 round. Maybe it goes to a draw, right? But going 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather is a win.
Yeah.
Right? Logan Paul is now the greatest boxer to ever live.
Wow.
I've said it. Done. Hopefully that gets him on the show.
So what was so I don't follow boxing that much, but I know so the fight right before this was with this guy KSI.
Yeah.
But he got knocked out by KSI.
No, he got knocked down.
Knocked down.
Yeah,
okay.
He got knocked down. He didn't get knocked out. And those fights were weird. Those fights were like YouTube money grab fights.
Yeah.
Right? Like celebrity fights where, hey, we're going to throw a bunch of money your way. Train if you want. You got to look good. Come out and fight.
Yeah.
And like those fights didn't really have any real like implication behind them, right? Sure, you lost to another YouTuber.
Yeah.
Right? One YouTuber loses to another YouTuber. Whoop-de-doo. And he even lost his last fight. So that just goes to show you how strong the Logan Paul brand is, right?
Yeah.
If he is in such a good place with everybody and good standing with everybody that the world wants, well, I'm sure the world wanted to see him get knocked out because he is a YouTuber fighting Floyd Mayweather. But whoever's talking shit about Logan Paul going into that has to have a little bit of respect for him now.
Yeah.
Right? They have to say, okay, would you get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like, Desus and Mero were doing commentating last night, and I love Desus and Mero. I think they're two hilarious comedians. They do a podcast as well. They're just so good at what they do. Mm-hmm. But last night, it was like for literally 8 rounds, they just clowned Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And we're just like...
That's what I was reading about on Twitter, too. Like, people are...
They're just clowning him. And it's like, okay, how about this, Desus and Mero? Why don't you get in the ring and fight Floyd Mayweather, and then let's watch people literally clown you because you'll just get knocked out.
Yeah.
Or, better yet, why don't one of you fight Logan Paul? Mm-hmm. Like, at the very end of his fight, during his press conference, Logan Paul said he had a list of people that he was going to tell the fuck off because he made it 8 rounds. And a couple of those people on the list, I'm sure he can probably actually fight.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, like, the fighting game is brutal. And for anybody to go to the top and fight, like, you got to give this man a little bit of love.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Floyd Mayweather's been doing it forever. Logan Paul's been doing it for 3 years. Like, people can want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. You can. He talks so much shit. He does the wild, got your hat. You know what I mean? He does the wildest shit.
That's right. Yep.
Right? He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's telling people that, like, one dude's cheating on his wife. He just dives into wild shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like they've mastered the ability of almost cringe.
Yeah.
Like, so many people were watching both the Jake Paul McGregor fight and then this fight because they were
Ben Askren. Ben Askren.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Because they were hate watching it.
They hate watch it.
They wanted to see them get knocked out.
Right.
And then,
And then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And, like, here's the thing, right? Logan went into this and he's fighting the biggest boxer in the world very respectfully. Mm-hmm. Like, respected him and didn't say anything until, Floyd Mayweather took the first shot. And then he fired back at the press conference with some very distasteful things. And it's like, well, you guys are definitely fighting each other, so you might as well, right? Where Jake Paul, but then it became like more, let's sell this fight. People want to watch this fight. People want to watch Floyd Mayweather knock out Logan Paul. Mm-hmm. But they did it respectfully, and they did it in a way that, like, I think people who watch boxing are like, okay, I can get behind that. Jake Paul is just an absolute madman. And I love that. I do love the fact that Jake Paul is like a WWF, like, promo cutting maniac. He just goes on rants and tangents and wants to fight everybody and talk shit about everybody and, like, their families and, like, their ex-wives and girlfriends. He's the opposite of his brother.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, people want to see him actually get hurt. Like,
they should put him against each other.
Well, somebody said that last night. They're like, would you two fight each other? And he was just like, dude, I'm 26. He's 24. We're at the top of the boxing world right now. Like, why can't I just get another fight that's somebody else other than my brother?
Yeah.
And Jake Paul's fighting a UFC veteran, Tyron Woodley. And Tyron Woodley is a certifiable badass. Like, he is on a 4-loss losing streak. And he's still a specimen. He's still a fighter. He was more a boxer than a wrestler. Ben Askren was a wrestler. That I could beat Ben Askren in a boxing match. Mark it down. Next year, Triller, call me. But Tyron Woodley doesn't need the money. This guy's made so much money over the course of his career that this isn't even really a money grab. I think they said he's going to make like $1 million or $2 million. To a guy that's been in the UFC for 15 years, I bet you $1 million or $2 million is nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the amount of money that they've saved and endorsements, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at a guy who is a less attainable, somewhat on the cusp of stardom, UFC guy, mm-hmm. they take $1 or $2 million and, like, they run.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, I'll let Jake Paul knock me out for $1 million. I'll take a flop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure both Mayweather and Jake Paul got a big bag yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, speaking of endorsements, you see Mayweather's hat.
Yeah.
OnlyFans hat.
He had an OnlyFans hat on. He was wearing an Ethereum Max hat as well. So he's trying to push crypto. OnlyFans. Like, what is he doing on OnlyFans?
I don't know.
Is he just dick pics everywhere? Like,
I mean, OnlyFans was set up to, like, it was supposed to be like Patreon, and then it just turned quickly into sex.
It just turned into porn.
Yeah.
Should I get an OnlyFans?
I don't see why not.
I don't know what I'm gonna put on it, but maybe I'll just start an OnlyFans. Yeah, I saw that. He was saying last night that he made $30 million from just the endorsements on his trunks.
That's insane.
They're saying that he might hit $100 million with back end points and deals and all that stuff. And Logan Paul made $10 million on the front end to be there, and then who knows how much on the back end. Those guys, Floyd called it. And before I move on to my next topic, Floyd called it legalized bank robbing. That's what he called it. He said, anytime somebody wants me to legally rob the bank, call me, I'll fight them. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Off the record, did you actually buy it on pay-per-view, or did you?
I will not say.
Not disclose. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. No, I didn't. It is what. Are they going to sue me?
Yeah.
Look, so if they sue me, I'll just give them $60, dude. That's what I got to my name anyway.
I saw that there was I think people live streaming wearing like dark sunglasses.
Yeah.
And then they would be watching it themselves, so the people on the live stream could just see the reflection off their sunglasses.
People on Twitch would do the green screen thing. They would put the fight behind them on a green screen.
Oh.
And they would put a controller up inside of the camera angle.
Okay.
And they would pretend like they were playing fucking video games while the fight's going on behind them. Like, oh, big punch, big dodge. Like,
wow.
Yeah, people were getting creative. So hopefully, we're on like the latter end of what we're gonna call, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure.
COVID took one victim over the weekend, but not in a death way.
Oh, okay. I thought we were getting real serious.
We're not getting no. John Rahm, PGA golfer, tested negative for COVID for like 2 weeks, and then tested positive for COVID after he was leading like a historic run of golf. Through 3 rounds.
Oh man.
COVID has fucked sports up. The Jazz, or was it? Yeah, it was a Jazz game that they like canceled like mid game. They're like, everybody go home.
Yeah.
And now they got John Rahm.
So was he not vaccinated then, or was he?
He got one vaccination.
Oh, okay.
He got one, and he was waiting for the second one. But I guess in the midst of that, he was in contact with somebody that had it. So they were tracing him every single day.
Yeah. Jeez.
And then he was like, they were saying it was like a historic run of golf. But the issue that I had with it was they told him right after he like hit a birdie putt on 18, but they didn't even let him get to the clubhouse. They told him literally on the green. He legit. They walked up and they were just like, hey, just so you're aware, you tested positive for COVID. And then he just like started to cry. He like put his head in his hands. It's like, why are you doing that to that guy in front of like all of these people?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I can understand why they didn't want him to go back to the clubhouse. Because if he's positive, then he can.
Well, he still had to go to the clubhouse.
Oh.
Yeah, he still had to make the walk where he was going. Like you could have done this out of sight of the cameras.
Oh.
And let him let him grieve in peace. This guy just played the best golf of his life, and then you just tell him right then at 18.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are pissed off. They're saying like, because he was the leader, he could have just played the last round by himself.
Yeah.
Him and his caddy. Like him and his caddy, he caddied with him all, forever.
Yeah.
So like if he either vaccinated or he's immune or somehow, like just let him play the last round alone. No fans. Go play a single round of golf.
Yeah, I feel like out of any sport during COVID, golf is the one that makes the most sense. I mean, I think even just like normal people were just playing golf this past year.
Literally.
Like it's the best sport to play. You're not in contact with anybody.
Yeah. Your ball goes that way. My ball goes that way. Like we're more than 6 feet apart. We're 60 feet apart.
I know.
Yeah. People are pissed off because he also lost out on like $2 million.
Jeez.
Legit. But there's a bunch of people that are saying that, the PGA should have just made if they canceled his round, not make him withdraw. Just cancel the round, the 4th round. You cannot play. Your score is what it is. If people catch you, they catch you. If they go past you, they go past you. So you don't lose any money, but maybe you still win the tournament.
Yeah.
Like he was like 8 shots ahead of the leader, like by a lot. So it's like it's crazy. Yeah, COVID's just claiming sports fucking it pissed me off.
I feel like, and the craziest part about it too is I feel like we're far enough through knowing how to handle situations like this.
Yeah.
Where, because I know when I think the NFL or maybe the MLB probably made some like iffy choices with like how they handled COVID situations. But it's like we're over a year after. You should be able to understand
what we're dealing
how
with.
to go about situations in the best way without completely ruining the situation itself.
That was the stink, because it was just like, you know, in the beginning, right? The Jazz, they cancel everything. Like the NBA game gets canceled. They kicked all the fans. They're like, the fans, you must leave right now.
Yeah.
You know, it was like apocalyptic.
Yeah.
And now we're in a situation where it's just like, you could have told the guy in private. You know, they have to wear masks on the PGA Tour anyway. So that's like part of like protocol for them anyways. So it wasn't like he was going to be in a situation that wasn't contained, or even if they just got to catch him like not on the green.
Yeah.
Like TV ratings are not worth making this guy look like an asshole because he has COVID. Like you just COVID shamed one of the best golfers in the world after he just played the best golf of his life. Yeah. Like, come on, like be better, and compensate the guy. Don't make him withdraw. Like find a way to compensate him. Yeah. You know, as I say this, I'm sure there's going to be a news thing that's just like PGA Tour gives Jon Rahm all of his purse. You're like, good.
Well, that's a cool thing about like social media and everything nowadays is like you can actually put some people like this on blast.
Yeah.
Like for, you know, negligence and just not doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're just in, you know, we're in a weird time. But you know, hopefully he isn't sick. Hopefully, you know, they said he was like asymptomatic, so hopefully he is good. Yeah, chilling in a hotel room by himself. You know. Yeah. Thinking of ways he could have spent that $2 million he didn't win. That's what I would be doing.
Yeah, it's just a terrible situation about how, you know, great of a lead he was in.
Yeah.
If he was just like bottom of the pack and they were just like, yeah, you have like, COVID. And he's like, man, whatever.
Go, fuck it. I don't need this $50,000 check.
Very unfortunately circumstantial.
Yeah. I bet you he had like at least $500,000 spent before he was even finishes with his tournament.
Yeah, because he already knew. Yeah.
He's probably like, damn, I'm buying a new house, man. I'm going to Cabo. I'm getting a vacation home. I'm doing this. It's like, you still have to eat at the McDonald's, sir.
Yeah. You take out loans?
You're not getting steak and lobster. You're taking out a loan. Yeah. So over the course of the weekend, man, there's been 2 weekends. There have been so many shows.
Yeah.
Big Night has been on an absolute tear. Mm-hmm. And it terrifies me. Watching the stories, people are like, you going? It's like, I don't know, man. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of fun people are having scares me. Like, I'm actually scared for fun.
Well, I was getting out of my gig at Empire, and I walked past the Grant on Saturday, and the aftermath of it was just insane.
I love it. No, I love it.
People just all over the place. Couple people getting sick, and just like, we're back.
Well, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, I use terrified in like that. I'm terrified in a very good way. Like I was addicted to my phone last night, man. I'm watching Steve Aoki hit everybody with cakes. Every single person inside Grant had cake residue on them, and I was just like, fuck yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Like Jack Harlow doing what's poppin'. Like over the course of the last 2 weekends, it's just been magical, because it went from literally 0 to 1 million. It went 0 to the moon. Mm-hmm. There was no 60 involved. Like straight to the moon.
I know. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, Rick, like 50 Cent start like, welcome back from pandemic. 50 Cent. You're like, fuck me. Like, did I train my liver at all over the course of this that I should go out and drink copious amounts of champagne? Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, 50.
Rick Ross,
Zed, Rick Ross,
dude, just pure
Tiesto.
Terrified, but in a good way.
I know.
Yeah, it's like I had FOMO to an extent. I didn't have FOMO that I wasn't going to be the sweatiest person ever, because like, when you're surrounded by a bunch of people are dancing, you just get sweaty. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you look like you just like jumped in a puddle. You're just soaking wet.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I mean, I'm proud. I'm happy that we're back. Even, you know, I'm seeing pictures from other places and videos from other places where, you know, people in Southie are just having a blast. And for those of you that are listening not from here, Southie is South Boston. And it just DJs, and like they're playing the Titanic and like Natasha Bedingfield Unwritten. And that's where I want to be. That's what I want.
Yeah.
But still terrifies me. Still absolutely terrified of going out. Mm-hmm. And like, let's be real. I'd like to think that I'm a dancer, but sometimes I'm more of a stander. You know, I just want to watch. I'm a people watcher.
Yeah.
You know? But like the 50 Cent show looked dope. I would have just stood there and just been rapping the whole time. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that my hips move in the same way that they used to. So my dancing days might be over.
I know. Well, I'm not even used to staying up so late. So I'm getting like pretty sleepy by the time of my sets. I think I get myself a Red Bull during every set. There's like over the past like
you take a mid-show nap.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Which is pretty pathetic if you think about it, but I'll get to a point where I'm able to comfortably stay up till like 3 a.m.
Yeah. I mean,
nights.
I tried to keep my same sleep schedule all of COVID, which was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Because I used to, wake up at like 11 or noon and then go to bed at 3 or 4 or 5 and then do the same thing. So like I was just a night, but as I started to come out of that, like my body was just like, oh, okay, so this is what you're going to do. Now you're going to stay up all day. You're not going to get any sleep. You're going to sleep for an hour now. Jeez. Like trying to change your sleep schedule is brutal. And like I'm trying to get back into the routine because, work is opening back up and hopefully, I'm back sprinting through, nightclubs again.
Yeah.
Sooner than later. But yeah, man, trying to retrain your brain and your body is like I just want to play video games and like drink White Claws, bro. Like
well, especially if you're getting, you said you got up at 3:30 to go fishing.
Yeah.
So that's like the time you're going to bed is the time you're getting up.
Yeah, legit. So like, I'm not doing myself any favors. I'm just torturing myself at this point, So yeah, hopefully we're sooner than later. I'm looking at some apartments.
Yeah.
I'm doing big boy things now,
nice.
Hurley.
Let's go.
The big boy things. But I was saying this to my friends, like I saw a Facebook tweet. Or a Facebook tweet. Let's fuck myself. I saw a Facebook post that I posted like 2 years ago, and I'd lived in Boston for 5 days. Like today, like this would be the day. Like 5 days ago.
Okay.
It's like lived in Boston for 5 days, got 5 parking tickets. Is anybody ready to take me back to Springfield now? And like that did not age well because 1 year later I had to move back to Springfield.
Oh no!
I was like, shit. Did I start this? Is this on me? Like, am I the one that did it?
That actually brings up a kind of a point that I wanted to bring up the show is that you mentioned the whole like, everything opening up again. But what hasn't changed since the pandemic?
My underwear.
Well done.
The same fucking sweatpants I wear every day now.
No, is Ubers.
Yeah.
I have a rift with Uber.
Tell me about it, because I do too.
Because, okay, so over the course of the pandemic, obviously, it started to die down a little bit just because not as many people were going out, and maybe some Uber drivers weren't comfortable with driving people that could possibly be contagious with COVID.
That's fair.
But now things are opened up again. Vaccines are out, and you'd think you'd see more drivers, but there's not.
Right.
Like, and it's frustrating as someone trying to go out and like have fun and things are finally open. It's like there's no way to do it. So last past it was Memorial Day Sunday or going into Memorial Day Monday.
Big drinking weekend where you need an Uber.
Yeah. So I was over my friend's house in Cambridge, and he was aware of the situation that like it's harder to get Ubers. So what we did was we scheduled it like an hour in advance to go into the city to see my buddy DJ. 10 minutes before, and this was like we scheduled it at 10:11, and by 10:50 he gets a notification on his phone that the Uber canceled.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. That's the worst feeling.
The reason why we did it an hour early is so we wouldn't run into situations like that.
Right.
And yeah, and then by that point it's like we tried to find Ubers like to pick us up. Now couldn't find a thing, and then it's like you could schedule one again, but like then you're running into it's like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, at that point,
and then you don't know like are you going to be able to get one on the way home?
Right.
Because by that point the train schedule's all done and all that.
Yeah, I used to run into that issue, and I have another thing to add to that as well. I used to run into that issue when I worked at Big Night Live. Mm-hmm. Like I would take the train in sometimes, and then I would have to like take an Uber home, and depending on the time, like the Uber home would be like $50. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to spend $300 a week on Ubers just to go 10 minutes down, or 15 minutes in a car down the road. But what I heard from an Uber driver was that a lot of people have stopped driving Uber to only prioritize Uber Eats.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Because you get paid more to do Uber Eats than you do to be an actual Uber.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless they can find a way to structure the payments so they're the exact same. Because, I mean, let's be realistic, man. You get a bowl from Chipotle, that's $12. The fees are $7. The delivery is $2.99.
Yeah.
The taxes are $1.50. Like, your $12 bowl just costs you literally your first child.
I should order an Uber Eats and just be like, hey, like, while you're here, do you mind dropping me off at wherever you're going next?
Hey, man, this is my bowl for when I'm drunk later, but like, can you just drop me off? Can you drop me off at, Big Night? Like, can you drop me off at the Grand?
I'll be in like a paper bag and just be like, just pretend I'm food. Deliver me to this person's house.
Just be in a paper bag. Oh my God, just not Halloween costume, just be in an actual bag.
But that's an interesting point to bring up, because that's actually what I heard is the reason why there aren't as many Ubers, because they got rid of the surge pricing.
Yeah.
Like, there was some law made in Massachusetts that they can't adjust the numbers depending on the time of day,
right?
Because of like some emergency things.
You remember what would happen at like? Well, yeah. I mean, the thing about it is like, you obviously don't want people drinking and driving, right? Mm-hmm. So if people are using a ride-share service to prevent harm on the roads, like, you should make it not necessarily affordable, but like, you shouldn't price gouge people.
Yeah.
Just because at 2:00 in the morning and everybody's letting out of the bar, there's like, first come, first serve, dude. Like, but like, it's one of those things where on New Year's Eve or on like a massive event, surge pricing would be like $100. Like, you want to go down the street, it's going to cost you $350.
Yeah.
Like, you'd see people in Florida and like New York and California on New Year's Eve, and it'd be like $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, to do what?
Yeah, it's insane.
Like,
but that's the thing. Like, it does incentivize the drivers to actually go out on those nights.
Right.
Whereas now it's just like, Saturday night, I'd rather hang out than make the same amount of money that I could make on like a Wednesday afternoon. So.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if they're like, if they're driving, Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Just make more money driving Uber Eats.
And you don't got to worry about people like throwing up in your car and being obnoxious and all that. So
yeah, that you get fined for that.
Yeah. Like,
Uber will send you you have to clean this man's car because you just yacked in the back seat. You wild ass animal.
It's like $300.
It should be more than that.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't contain some people get car sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. That's fine. But if you are going out and you're getting absolutely shithoused, and then you get car sick and you order an Uber and you throw up in the back, like, maybe just not do that. Maybe just.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree.
You know what I mean?
The price.
You just $300
is. Be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. And then what happens if they don't pay it? So you just like shit out of luck and you got vomit in your backseat because like, Bob and Brittany decide that they don't want to. It's like,
yeah, I'm not sure. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know what it's like to have to pay that. But I'm sure.
I know people have had their Uber ratings completely destroyed
because of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because of like, if hey Hurley, you going out tonight? I'll grab your Uber for you. I'll meet you there. Right.
Oh, so
I buy
you're not
your
even
Uber.
In the car.
Right. That was been a thing too.
Oh.
I used to do that if I was working with an artist or like a TM or somebody, and the artist wanted to go back to the hotel, and we had all been together,
mm-hmm.
or the artist or TM or whoever would be like, I want to go back to the hotel. It's like, no worries, man. I'll grab your Uber for you. But imagine doing that for somebody that was just like a homie that and then they yak in the back of a car and or on the side of the door panel, and then your Uber rating is fucked.
Jeez, I never even thought of that.
Yeah. Because they rate you. I mean, obviously you rate them. I have a 9.9 Uber rating.
I thought it was only 5. I thought it only went up to 5 stars.
Not the Marckie P Uber rating. 9.9. Nice. I'm the greatest Uber. No, mine is I think mine's like a 4.95.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you just.
It's huge. Nice. It's big. It's big.
I don't even know what mine is. I think sometimes I forget to rate them after the fact. So because they don't get a rating back, they don't rate me. It brings mine down.
I rate my Uber Eats stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like, I got a bowl one day, like my Chipotle bowl was the whole inside of the bag was destroyed.
Oh.
I was like, what did this guy do? Like, throw it in, like 90-mile-an-hour fastball my Chipotle into his backseat.
Is it always cold by the time it gets to your house?
Freezing cold.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, absolutely freezing cold. But you can't warm it up because who wants warm lettuce?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about bowls and burritos and stuff. It's like half the stuff is supposed to be cold,
right?
So it's hard to reheat.
That's what makes them delicious. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and pick out all my lettuce so I can just heat my bowl and put the lettuce back on. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna suffer the consequences. I mean, think about it. Do you eat chicken salad sandwiches?
Yeah.
Cold chicken.
Yeah.
Your Chipotle is gonna be cold chicken.
True.
Just think about it as like a chicken salad. I'm a fucking genius.
It's still it's still good cold, honestly.
Yeah,
it's kind of like just cold pizza. It's like there's some things that are supposed to be hot, but they still taste good cold.
Big debate. Big debate. Cold pizza is a big debate. I know people that hate cold pizza.
What's your take?
I love it.
Okay.
I love pizza in all. You can lukewarm, hot, right out the oven, burn the roof of my mouth off, freezing cold.
Frozen.
You could roll it in the carpet, and I would be like, "Give me the pizza. Just give me the pizza." And I'm thinking about pizza even like more than ever now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I got a couple more days left before my keto stint is up.
Okay.
Say it like I'm in jail.
Here come the carbs.
Yeah, I think I've lost like 25 pounds, 26 pounds.
Nice.
I'm gonna put all that weight back on in one day. One day.
Beer, pizza, and lemon
lemon chicken. I'm doing franchise. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. I'm putting 25 pounds back on in one day. That's gonna be my goal. That's my new goal. So so I did 30 days keto. Now I'm gonna do 30 hours to put the weight back on. Like 30 hours. I'm pretty sure that I could put back on all that weight just based on beer alone. What do you get on your pizza?
I kind of rocked a straight cheese.
Wow, your cheese. So you're just like the gold standard slice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I guess like maybe sausage and peppers and onions.
You don't like pineapple on pizza?
I'm not a pineapple on pizza person.
I need a new producer. So if anybody is available and hireable and would like to work on the Marckie P show,
see, that's the thing. Like,
hit up Hurley to fire. Actually, slide his DMs to fire him.
See, pineapples, like for me, it's supposed to be cold. So when you put it on a pizza, it ends up being it goes back to our same conversation about the Chipotle bowl. It's like for me, it's supposed to be cold. So once it gets kind of like hot, like I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm not for it.
I'm so locked in on. So this is what I usually get, right? If I put pineapple on my pizza, I'll do grilled chicken, pineapple, and jalapenos.
Oh, you do chicken? I thought it was supposed to be like a Hawaiian's, like pineapple and ham, right?
Yeah, pineapple and ham. I do chicken.
You change it up.
Chicken, jalapenos, pineapple. Vibe.
Hey, I have an open palate.
Okay,
so
good.
I'm willing to try new things.
You're gonna have no choice.
In order to keep my job, maybe I guess I like it now.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, I can't believe it. This is the best pizza I've ever had.
Forget what I said. Yeah.
Before we wrap this up, man, you got anything else you want to dive into?
How much longer are you trying to go for?
4 days, 5 days. I just moved in. I actually brought a sleeping bag.
All right, here's one quick little more rant.
Let's do it. I love it.
I find, especially now that we're coming out of the pandemic, I find it very hard to figure out. I feel like it's especially hard for guys to figure out what to do when greeting people. I feel like we have
yes, this is great.
Way too many options available, whereas for girls, it's just like. Usually you could just get away with a hug, and no matter what the situation is, it'll be fine.
Right.
But for guys, it's like, I don't even know what to do.
Do I handshake? Do I pound?
It's a handshake. Is it like a pound? Is it a dap? And then when you are dapping and hugging, and then what do you do after with the whole like? It's gonna be hard if you're not seeing it, but you do like that.
Yep.
And like, or if it's a straight hug, it's like there's so many options for guys to do. And
the hug, the slap and shoulder into the chest thing.
Yeah.
You know, the little. Yeah.
And there's obviously no other explanation about what's going to happen, and the only answer is you just gotta know. You just gotta feel it in the vibe.
Okay.
So that has been really hard for me, especially now that we're coming back out of the pandemic, and usually being able to greet people like physically. That sounds weird.
Being able to greet them physically.
But be able to make contact with people and like hug and do all that stuff again. It's hard to figure out what's going on some of the times.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. The pound. Have you ever done the thing where you like pound it and then they go to give you the high five and you're just like turkey
all the time, all the time? It's the cringiest moment ever.
It is because then the other person always wants to reach, but then you're like, what kind of hand claw motion did you just give me? How do I handshake that?
Yeah.
How do I handshake it? Yeah,
I feel like we just gotta all come together as guys and just be like, all right, we're just gonna do this one thing every single time.
I think that's fair, but like it's situational, right?
Yeah.
If you're wearing a suit and it's a formal thing, a handshake will do.
Yep.
You know, and that the handshake should stay the handshake. The handshake itself has a place in this world to never be messed with.
Yep.
But like with your boys, it all depends on, you know, your homie.
Yeah, like what you've.
A lot of people. I do like the dap with the pound at the end.
Okay.
Certain people.
Oh, you do that.
Like the Cali style dap.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of me and my brother. We have a handshake where we just throw our hands at each other in like a bunch of different ways, and then we make a noise. We're like, yeah, and like we just struck somebody out in baseball.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's strange. But yeah, the handshake, we need to figure it out. Because I think the pound sometimes feels disingenuous. Like, are you really giving me the pound because we're boys? Or are you giving me the pound because you don't want to touch my hand because it's sweaty? Well, which one is it? Like, you got to tell me beforehand.
Yeah. So sometimes it's hard to figure out. And like, it's even harder too I mean, maybe it's easier, but when you're greeting a girl, because then it's like, if you're just meeting them for the first time, is a hug too familiar?
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
I think you just have to kiss him on the cheek.
Yeah, so I'm meeting him for the first time. Should we kiss?
I think you should just say that. Hi, Hurley. Nice to meet you. Can I kiss you on the lips?
Want to go find some space to make out real quick?
Hi, my name is Hurley. I would like a kiss.
Like, honestly. Whoa. Maybe that's the answer to all my problems right now. No matter if it's a guy or a girl, no matter how familiar I am with them, I'm kissing you every single time.
Hi, I'm Hurley. Here's a kiss. It's like,
right on the forehead.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't even have to be on the lips.
You just grab the back of the head, bring it in, give it like one at the top, like you're sending them to fucking bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it's I'm meeting, you know, a coworker or the president of the United States.
You're gonna meet like your significant other's parents one day. You're just gonna have to kiss them.
Well, it's like that SNL sketch about like they're all just like the whole family's just like kissing each other. I forget,
oh my god,
like Fred Armisen and all them.
That's too funny. Yeah, I like it. So it's either a handshake or
handshake or kiss.
Yeah, especially nowadays, right? You know, now post pandemic, you just got to make out with everyone.
It's been so long. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to make out with everything.
Get my kisses in.
You got to get them in now.
Yeah.
Get them in now before another fucking pandemic hits, bro. Like,
yeah.
Bird flu's got to be coming back at some point. We're gonna like something's happening.
Oh yeah, something will be up.
Yeah. Next year. I wonder what it's gonna be.
No doubt.
But
so yeah, we got to figure that out.
We do. I'm still going with the dap. I'm a dap guy. Also, if you have a shitty handshake, just don't opt to shake hands.
Yep.
I hate the little when they grab your fingertips when they handshake you.
Yep, that's
like,
weird.
Unless you have the world's smallest fucking hand, just meet me crease to crease. You know?
Yep.
Handshakes are a thing.
It's a mutual thing too, because it's like there's cases where you're both shaking each other's hands, but then there's other cases where you are literally just shaking their hand,
right?
And they're just like sitting there.
They just got
letting it happen.
They just go dead limp, like dead fish hands. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's bad. When people do that, you know what I do? I just give them that little finger tickle right in the palm. I just like, yeah, there you go. Like, oh, you don't want to shake my hand? Fine, I'm just gonna tickle you, and then probably ask for a kiss.
No matter what. When in doubt, go for a kiss.
When in doubt, kiss it out.
Yep. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's it. That's your slogan for the rest of the year.
All right.
Well, thanks, dude. That was fun.
Yeah.
I've never done a solo podcast before.
I know. I mean, this might be the best ratings. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Might be winning this belt.
If you win the belt, that says a lot.
I'm gonna share the hell out of this.
Goddamn
I'm winning
right.
that belt.
You are. It's your belt. You could just take it. You basically live here with me, anyways.
True.
Until next time, everybody. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Do all of the fun stuff. The poll is coming. 25, 26 guests.
Got a lot coming.
Lot coming. And there's a lot of stuff on the way. I love you all. Thank you all for the support. Peace.